What if I told you that there's 3 hurricane names that will likely never be used? It's not because of any sort of official policy, but let me give you the 3 names here and I'll let you guess in the comments below why. The 3 hurricane names that will likely never be used by NOAA are Hurricane Charlotte, Hurricane Savannah, and Hurricane Katy. Now I've given you a few seconds here to take a guess as to why. I will add it's not because of any official policy. There's no official rule that says that they cannot use these specific hurricane names. And I say this because as I film this, we have a tropical wave forming off the coast of Africa that if it became a named storm would become Hurricane or Tropical Storm Jerry, which we could have all sorts of fun with that one, couldn't we? You know, I could see the Jerry Lewis memes being created from a satellite image of this hurricane should have come to fruition. However, going back to my original question here, Hurricane Charlotte, Hurricane Savannah, and Hurricane Katy will likely never be used because those are the names of substantial population centers. And it would be a very bad look to have a hurricane strike a city or an urban center with that particular name. Now, you probably know about Charlotte and Savannah. What you do not know about, likely, unless you're watching this from Texas or somewhere else along the Gulf Coast, is that Katy is a major urban center. It, of course, is in Texas. I was raised there, and it is according to Grok and other AI programs, the greater Katy metro region has a population of around 470,000 at this point. So larger than Savannah, but smaller than Charlotte. And to have a hurricane named Katy hit Katy would be very poor form. No major hurricane has ever hit the Georgia coast, and I'm sure there's some deep atmospheric explanation for that somewhere to be found, but I just didn't have time to look it up. Charlotte, now of course much of North Carolina was battered by Hurricane Helene a while back. I cannot imagine if that hurricane had been named Charlotte. This is the thing that NOAA would be very loath to create. And like I said, this is an unofficial policy. There's no specific rule against it. But you will never have a Hurricane Charlotte, a Hurricane Savannah, or a Hurricane Katy for this very reason. Katy, however, was severely damaged by Hurricane Harvey when it stalled over southeastern Texas several years back. And the Katy region, specifically at the Katy Executive Airport, took 38 inches of rain in a 24-hour period, which created a massive flooding situation because southeastern Texas does not drain very quickly at all. It is flat, it is very swampy, and natural drainage is very slow. On a good day, never mind under 38 inches of rain in a hurricane. The Katy region also buffers an artificial reservoir called Barker Reservoir, which is created for flood prevention in a situation precisely like this. Addicks Reservoir is also just to its immediate north. Both are on the eastern edge of the Katy region. Those reservoirs, which were built by the Army Corps of Engineers, by the way, were overtopped, filled, and Harris County flood authorities had to make a very perilous decision. And that was to either release the overflow from the reservoirs and send it downstream towards the city of Houston, or allow it to continue to build and then, as a result, overtop naturally on its own. They chose the former. The city of Houston sued them for it, but it was later proven that they couldn't have done anything to prevent it. So anyway, you saw Hurricane Harvey there, but you'll never see a Hurricane Katy there, or anywhere else for that matter, because it just simply will not be used on the naming list. They just believe it to be bad form. And so when you look at the names, they release the names before every hurricane season of what they will be in that particular year, and you will never see any of those 3 names on it because they are just very loath to use those. I happen to agree it would be very bad for them to have happen. For Hurricane Harvey to have been Hurricane Katy, or for Hurricane Helene to have been Hurricane Charlotte. So there it is, the reasons why you'll never see 3 specific hurricane names used. Not because of official policy, but because of substantial population centers with those names. As I mentioned here, Katy is a suburb. It's not even a suburb anymore. Is what is better called as an edge city, and I will have another episode on that at some juncture. But Katy is, and the Regional Economic Development Council labels Katy as the Texas' 8th largest urban center, which a population that having 470 to 480,000 would actually be the case. It would just be smaller than Arlington, but larger than Corpus Christi. And so it is the 8th largest urban center in Texas. Home of igloo coolers. If you have an igloo cooler, your cooler is made there. Home of the headquarters of BP North America, the oil company. Headquarters, if you live in the South, of Academy Sporting Goods and Outdoors. The sporting goods chain is headquartered in Katy. If you call for an insurance claim for Geico, their claim center is in Katy. I will have an episode around that particular urban center sometime soon. But until then, this is it. I'm filming same day on this one. This is Sunday morning, so I'll have to do Sunday morning things. You folks have a good rest of your weekend. Peace out, homies.